Hello and welcome to my very first custom Vbuild. So far you may have already seen some of these where I'm doing time-lapse builds of how the instructions intend them. But what I want to start doing now is actually mixing and matching parts to make my own creations. If you're familiar with the Noritoy blog, you've already seen some of my articles where I talk about using various construction toys for concept design and inspiration for drawing, among other things. Plus it's just fun. So I'm going to link down in the description to some of the articles. Actually going to do an article on these as well. I started with Mugenbine, the original series. Right here, this is Mugenbine, the candy line. This followed up the old Bandai toy, which was actually a spin-off of what we know as GoBots here in the States. It was a machine robo overseas, and it continued to evolve through the years, where it's finally this. And what these are trading figures where you would purchase a box, and you'd get one of the figures, they turn into an animal or creature or whatever, and then when you get them all, you can actually combine them to make these Gestalt robots. So what I'm going to do here in this video, just to sort of kind of get us warmed up and give you an idea of what they do, I'm really just going to do some part swapping among them. Now keep in mind, these are somewhat loose. They're not ratchet joints or anything heavy duty. It's all friction. All the pegs are pretty much the same size, which is what makes them universal between each other. So they'll be flopping around a little bit, and I'll be laying things down. But what I'll do is I'm going to be taking these apart and giving you guys an idea of some of the creative options. Now, this guy here is the first one I ever got. And I wasn't really interested in the whole candy toy assembling thing originally, just because this was an awesome robot. I thought it was a great design. I was really interested in it. I'd ordered it. I can't remember where I got it from, but I got it quite a while ago. Now, I don't put stickers on these. They do come with decals. I bought this one secondhand, which has some stickers on it. They do tend to peel. I was originally planning on doing sort of a custom job on this, but until then, I think for now I'm just going to leave these blank because I think it makes for more of an interesting approach on things. So I'd gotten this guy and this guy second on a trip to Japan, and this one was the latest edition. So go ahead and we'll just swap things around. And these have various heads and things. But overall, they're a very cool toy. Oh, and that's what I was talking about. This is actually the most stable of all of them. And even he falls down. And you can see the pegs. This was a different kind of design. This is one of the earlier ones. And I don't think the pegs are near as tight, because his arms are fairly loose in there. I'm going to put all the weapons off to the side. And another neat thing, this is actually meant to be sort of an accessory for another Mugenbine that I don't have. And underneath here is a new head, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I can focus on that. Yeah, you just flip this upside down, it covers that pig hole, and you have a whole new head, which you could apply to one of these other robots. And so the real trick is figuring out exactly how I'm going to combine everything. Swap out some arms. Yeah, I'm just going to keep this video nice and simple because I want to get a feel for how all this works. And I'll be posting in the blog photos as well as the article on this. And I'll be doing future installments where I kind of come up with new creations. And another neat thing about these is that there's alternate heads in some cases. If I can get the helmet out of there. You can see that there's another face. So there's all kinds of possibilities. And compared to the regular Mugenbine series, these are actually much more versatile because there's so many more pegs and options and transformation and conversions you can do. And what I'll have to do is, not all of the joint sockets and everything are the same, so I'll have to be creative on how these all mix and match. Oh. Here, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put these guys off to the side. We'll just do one at a time. I think that'll make it a little easier instead of trying to fit all these different versions in one shot. So there we've gone. We can drop his backpack. And this is probably the loosest legs of all of them on this guy. But he also has the most involved parts in making him. I mean, these are toys, and in a way they're meant to be played with, but at the same time, it's more of a good construction thing just to kind of brainstorm as you're going. So, so what we did here, gave him a new head, swap some arms, and his legs, and it's sort of a neat design. And you can keep playing around with these, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do a couple others. So I'm going to set him off to the side with the parts that we already have. Next I'm going to mess with him. Put the smaller legs on him and see how that comes out. So, and this guy, he has two heads as well, inside here. So, take it off. It's actually got a skull head with a patch. So we can put that in here. Get a new look. And his look is largely made up by his midsection and torso, so it doesn't get all that unique right away. Drop off a couple of these parts. Yep. Yeah, the older peg style doesn't seem to be quite as compatible. It's good for doing mock-ups and getting things together, but it's not quite as good for actually getting things assembled the way I like. I need to use a part from, let's see what we come up with. So this guy has these extra parts here with double pegs. What I can do, since I have a joint, two joints I have to work with, I can use that to make these compatible and kind of bypass the original design. I'll do the same on the other side. And we can, and this guy actually has a second helmet as well. So if we wanted to, we could just completely change out this helmet as well and give him sort of a Pirate King look. So there we go. Oops. And there. We've got another robot, so I'm going to go ahead and put him off to the side. Just because with the parts in between all, I don't want to spend too much time on this video. We'll get into it more in another one where you guys can get a better idea. So what we've got here kind of reminds me of Brave robots a little bit, if you're familiar with the series, or even the, you know, Obari kind of stuff. So we've got some sort of weird skull pirate dude and this other robot. I think I like the one on the right a little bit more, but I also prefer the design of these legs versus the ones that came on this original bot. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, let me know what you think, and stay tuned for more videos where we'll be doing some more concept builds and playing around. What I'll do is I'll pull a bunch of these apart and start making some just whole new designs from scratch instead of just mix and matching. So thanks again, take care.